are recording. Okay. March 6th, Reflections Committee.
And he even waved at me.
Awesome. That's
He liked
nice.
my hair and my jacket.
That's nice,
And he
baby.
said I'm cute.
You are cute.
You like how cute I am.
I know.
It's true. She is cute. Item 1, the initial submissions were given prizes, which is the You Matter book. Item 2, we are looking at the March 12th initial inaugural art club meeting, and I am gonna share my screen. Let's try it. I'm gonna share this particular part of my screen. Yep. Yes, share. It's probably gonna lag a second, but we'll get there. Here we go. All right, what are y'all seeing?
A black screen.
It says Robin has started screen sharing.
Dope, okay. And you're not seeing a giant art club logo?
Nope. It just
Not
says you
yet.
have started screen sharing.
Hmm.
It'll get there.
Okay. That's
It'll get there.
cool. Resume slideshow. How about now?
No.
Not yet.
No art club logo.
Did you click the button that says, like, you know when it says screen share, there's like you have to pick
Share.
There you go. It's
It
there.
does say you are
Yeah,
screen sharing
it's
at the
there.
top. Yeah.
It's there. It's there now.
It's
Yep.
there?
Yep.
Hey!
Yay.
Spectacular. So I put together a little PowerPoint because that's how I normally teach. I'm very open to feedback and criticism, but this is our lesson, I guess, is what I would call it. So, are you seeing our Welcome to Art Club slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. So, learning objectives, right? We're going to talk about I Matter. We're going to learn about self-portraits, and we're going to share because I think the social time is really crucial. What will we do at Art Club? And I'm open to your feedback on this. We're going to learn about art and artists. We're going to make art. We're going to share work. We're going to hang out, and we're going to ask questions.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yep.
We're gonna, you know what? I flipped these. So we're gonna talk about I Matter because first, these are images from this book that I absolutely adore. There's some great videos of him reading the book. It's just lovely and sweet. And I think the drawing is really accessible for kids, right? Attainable in a way, right? Which I love. So I was going to, in this slide, ask children how they would finish the sentence, basically, you know, and try to just prompt them to start thinking about this prompt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then self-portraits, there's so many, they're all so good. It's hard to choose among them. I do want some variation. I was trying to choose the less creepy ones. There's a lot of really there's a lot that are about identity that are a little bit disturbing for sure.
I'm raising my hand. I don't know if there's a hand raised.
Yes. I don't see it, and I don't see you right now, so tell me.
Oh, okay. I love this idea, and I would love to contribute some thoughts about self-portraiture. I think that if we include a few children's illustration artists that they may have seen, that might be for them. I did my thesis on for my illustration master's art education on this, and I would be very willing to assist if you would like that.
Yes, please. I would love. Yes, I basically I'm a person who finished this right before our meeting, so I will put it on a Google Drive and we can work together.
Yep.
I did end with some of these like drawing hacks, but
Yeah.
I think you're right. Children's book illustrations would be absolutely glorious. Yes,
Because
maybe
they've seen
even
some of them.
before
Nobody-
these.
So the artists, they're used to the styles that they use.
Yeah,
And that's a really awesome connection. And then we can mix in some of the like grown-up types of things with
yeah.
with things that really are more reflective of the materials they've been seeing and using for however long.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would also like to add, and I'll find someone who does this, collage also.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there are some good collage options. Yeah.
So I will also put this out there. So, little known fact, we have some really cool people that are from Racine.
Yes, we did.
And I was just gonna say, I'm doing it I'm reaching out already anyways about our book walk to get permission to blow up one of the stories. So I don't know if you guys know the Aylerts, but they're really good friends of my dad, and I went to school with the niece of Lois Aylert, and her illustrator could be a guest appearance at one of our meetings because they're obviously good friends because they write all their books together. So we could have a guest appearance. Like my kid has like at least 4 or 5 signed copies of her books because they're our friends. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would like that.
Yes.
Who's the illustrator that did the kitten, the one that won the Caldecott?
Right. I forget.
He does
He
Lily's.
started, and he's now started doing his own books. That's why I say he's now an author himself because they've worked together so long. He now does his own books. So that's why I was saying him. That's who I was going to say could be our.
He's
Excellent.
And he's in Madison now, I think. There's a whole lake effect through like northern Wisconsin, circling around Illinois and into like Indiana and Michigan, where there are a ton of children's illustrators that live in this area. It's very odd.
Yeah, that's why I said, I was like, we have like access to like some pretty amazing people. And at first I didn't even realize how popular she was because, you know, like when you know people, you don't realize that they're like, you know what I mean? Like when you actually know the people, you don't realize how awesome they are. And so like when she was giving us these books when Celeste was first born, I wasn't thinking much of I wasn't thinking much of it. And then I realized, because you know, obviously she's my first kid. I didn't know that she was like a big deal. Like I didn't know. And now I'm like, oh, she's a really big deal. This is really impressive that we have all these signed books by So we're gonna use one of her books for the book walk. So the planting a rainbow. So
I love that. I love it. And I would love to do another like lesson on illustration. I think that would be really fun. And I think a lot of the students are doing that in like as part of their journals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are, we've had, well, anyway, I will add something to your slides, Robin. I'll say that.
Fantastic. I'm so excited. Yes, I think kids artists, illustrations, self-portraits would be fantastic. Yeah.
And at the end of art club, I'd like to give resources, like online resources, each lesson, like you can learn more about this here kind of thing. I mean, some kids like that. Some kids will never need that.
I was gonna say when we were in the summer, because he started doing them in the summer, the guy who does the pigeon books, he has
Willems did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, his draw-alongs are so good.
So I was gonna say we could maybe send them to one of those as a like parting gift or whatever until we see you next time.
Yes.
And he started those in March, I think.
Yeah.
Because
right away when the pandemic hit, we used to do that. That was one of our things that we did during our day meals.
Lunchtime. It was like lunch with Mo or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name exactly, but we did that too. And it was just nice to hear his point of view on things. distinguished what a doodle was.
Mhm.
You know, and doodle is not like a serious thing. It's just something that you're, you know, doing for fun. See what you come up with, see what happens. There was one with a game too, that he made a game that was really cool.
Yeah. So I was like, I think that would be a nice like send off, like until we see you again. Like,
Yes.
Yes. So can I add a couple of things that I've been thinking about?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, I'm as soon as I'm talking, I'm losing it. I have some lessons that I've given to other kids that I'd like to give during art club too. There's a photography lesson, which I think would be perfect because that's very accessible and doesn't need a lot of supplies or cleanup. Most
Right.
kids have access to something that takes pictures, even if it's just their tablet or that's supplied by the schools, or maybe a parent's phone. I know that's not really popular
Yeah.
with a lot of people.
So
but-
that's
Yes.
my phone, and I also, because I'm that extra person, have one of those Polaroid, very pink Polaroid.
I love it. I love
Those are so cool. Oh my gosh. I have a buddy who, yes, they're rad.
And
And
she loves it, so she
and I've
will
given
she will definitely love that lesson because she likes to take pictures. She likes to make videos. Like that's her jam.
Well, I've given the photography lesson to multiple levels and multiple different like schools and stuff. And it's always pretty popular because it's not super technical, actually. You don't get into like the anatomy of a camera or anything with children, right? Or all of that stuff that you would in an actual class. So so that one is a really good fit for people that are stuck at home because it'll give them a chance to see what's around them in a different way. So they're composing with the world around them and they're manipulating things. There's also, I can see if I can find it, stop motion, but that takes software.
Yeah.
Parents have to be willing to do that. Like stop motion software.
That I would say would be great once we're back in the school and we
Right.
can provide a source of that software.
Yes. And
I think the photography one would be good for our next quarter one.
Yeah.
Because that would be a good thing for them to practice and show you and bring back after the summer because they could do stuff outside everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because by May we'll have like outdoor stuff that they can do. And like, it would be, I think, and then they can use that lesson all summer long. And so when we start back in the fall, they can bring in what they did all summer.
What about, Robin, I'm going to send you, if I can find it again. I shared it with Miss Melissa actually last year, the sculpture lesson that I gave in her class, because you're the sculptor. So I'll throw this to you. We were using air dry clay, but
yes, and I found you can get the little mini packets for like $40 for 100. I think it's reasonable.
Then we should definitely do that because you have enough left because you haven't exhausted your thing, and we only have 13 people that signed up.
Oh,
we can supply 13 people with air dry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could do that now. Like you could order it now. We could probably get it in time, and you could use it for the self-portrait if you want to. We don't want to, but I'm just saying. Like before, I was worried about how many people would sign up.
Yeah.
Only have 13 people, and we said they had to sign up by the 5th. Like we can say these are who we're supplying it for.
Right.
Can we open up the art club meeting itself to anyone who wants to pop in? Maybe they don't get the supplies, but if they came in and saw what was happening, I really think they would. We could
open it up to anybody, but I'm saying is we only have to provide for people that are 13 is what I'm saying. So we could actually do something really cool for this first set of people, and we have their addresses. With only 13, we can door drop those. You know, like we could actually do a door drop with only 13 people.
Another question So I'm going to, because I have a bunch of little lessons that I have to dig them out.
Mhm.
We should probably have a drive that we can share them on. Like,
Yeah. We do.
oh, we do?
We do. So guess what? Guess what? Member Hub, when you log in, I don't know if you've ever logged in yet, you can upload files, all
It's
kinds of
really.
files. You can even upload photos, you can upload videos, you can
Can you collaborate on Art Hub
yeah,
on
you
the
can
whiteboard?
use the whiteboards. They have whiteboards. So we can edit the whiteboards amongst the three of us anytime we feel like it.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Now, when I log in, that link is probably through PTA, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So that's where you had your membership card. So if you just look up Member Hub, that email will show you how to log in. And once you log in, when you go in, just go to the Reflections Hub and you can just do anything and everything.
I have messed it up though, because
Join the hub, so you should have gotten the email.
I'm sure I did. I don't often get to check my personal email closely. Like I don't
Okay.
monitor it every day.
Mhm.
So I
Okay.
will make sure that I do look.
Yes.
I think the email that I forwarded to you came through Member Hub
It did.
just this morning, and it has the correct URL, because if you just go to Member Hub, it takes you somewhere into a rabbit hole, but you have to go to like the Goodland Montessori PTA member hub. It's a whole thing, but
You can do
once
it.
you get there,
Yeah, you can. We can send you a link just to the hub, so you don't have to look at everything else, and you can just go straight to the hub.
yeah, I like it. Having used Google Drives for a lot of file sharing, I do think Member Hub is a good option.
Yeah, and it's free.
And
We get
it's
it provided to us through our membership. So I was like, we're gonna start using some of our free resources versus always using the paid for stuff. So
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
as much as I love a Google Drive, I was like, we pay a lot for the Google Suites.
Yes, and I yeah.
So what we're gonna do, we're not gonna lose everything that we have in there already. We're not gonna lose all this stuff, because what I'm gonna do is pare it down to just one. So it's just the one info at goodlandmontessoripta.org. And so
Okay.
the drives will still sit there. So like I can still share the drives with anybody that's on the drives or whatever, but we're only gonna have one going forward.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. I don't
our-
think I've ever gotten an email at my from a family.
No,
Well,
no, I know, because we send everything to both emails, so there is stuff in there, but we your personal.
yeah, but from like families that are interested. I don't know.
So that's why I say it's not worth it if we can link them to the hubs. You can join the hubs. Like there's a landing page where you can join any committee. You can just click on all the committees and join them all if you want to.
It's nice.
So I'm gonna put that out there at the beginning of the year so people can just join whatever committees they want. Instead of us begging people to join committees, I'm gonna say, here's the hub. You can read what they're all about and join each one that you're interested in.
I have a question.
Yes.
If we're doing art club through PTA, are we doing a Zoom link then for art club, and we're sending out the link for that to parents individually, like from the PTA email? Is that?
Yeah, so that we sent it out already multiple times. So we sent it out in the newsletter. So if you have the newsletter that went through the email to all parents, it was on the link when we first shared this out, it was on the link for people to sign up. And then we're gonna personally send it to everyone who actually did log in and sign in to take part in, because we have all their emails.
Yeah.
We'll send the links again through that way too. And it's on our calendar. So if people like the website, if they go to the website, it has the calendar event on the day and the time, and the link is inside of it. So like there's multiple ways for people to find us.
Yeah. And I imagine we'll be pushing out a Facebook announcement this week.
can we add children's emails to that too? Because I know that little dude uses his school laptop for like most everything, and my email is not on his school laptop, that's his. So
Right.
if he wanted to use his laptop and not mine, which I would actually prefer, sending it to the child's email would actually make the best sense
So
for
so
the
when we
class
send
link.
so when we send the email out, because we don't have their student emails,
Oh,
we can ask the parent to send the link to their kids' tablets. Because you can, because we did it for Blizzard Bingo. Like people use their kids' tablets for Blizzard Bingo. So like if you just forward it to their email, like we'll put that in the instructions, is forward this to your student's laptop email, like to their student ID email, so that the kids can link it themselves.
okay, good.
Because all you have to do is forward it. Like, because I don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable asking people for their kids' email. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
no, I just wondered if it was like an
yeah,
automatic
you
thing.
can. No, you could just forward it to their Gmail. Like you could just literally forward the email we send to the parent, and we'll just tell people forward it to your kid's email so that they can use it, like we did with Blizzard Bingo.
So
Yeah.
they can put it on their laptop, or you guys have tablets. It's the only third grade that had the laptop.
Yep. Yep.
Third grade. Yep, we all have tablets.
It's a delight.
You know, Nicholas does use tablet mode on the laptop has that. It's a 2-in-1. So
Yeah. I think we're very lucky that we had an external keyboard that we could pair with the tablet, but iExcel is quite challenging without a laptop. The interface is very tiny. Yeah.
It's no fun.
So I'm just looking at our agenda here. We're talking about the March 12th Art Club plan. We're gonna add to the PowerPoint on whiteboard. We're going to think about art kits. Part of me wishes that we could have started with the photography lesson, because March 12th is like 5 days before my defense, and I will be melting down emotionally probably by then.
No, we can do that if you would.
No. We do need to talk about the I Matter because though.
We have to get that done. Yeah, we do have to get that done.
Yeah. But I would love to do photography in May and like sort of pitch that to you. I think that would be really helpful because I'll still be revising until the end of April.
Yeah.
But the reason I bring it up is only because adding sculpture, I think, is going to be an extra level of complicated that I think we should just save for next year, for me.
We'll save it.
Yeah. I also we do have plenty of money right now. We have like $275 still to work with. I want to set aside some of that for maybe framing works of art or doing something for the exhibition, so that there's some continuity among the different student work. But that still leaves a lot to work with, a lot of wiggle room.
Yes, I love that. We need to exhibit. I mentioned to Robin, and again, this really depends on what happens with people's health.
Right.
Yes.
But one of the things that I really love is seeing kids out like in the world showing what they've done. So it's not just in school, it's not just sort of insulated like that. There is a coffee shop downtown, the one that has gelato.
Divino.
Yeah. I was there, well, gee, it's 2 years ago now.
Right.
That's so sad.
I know.
Okay, I lost a year. I'm going to say 1 year because I'm taking that year back. This whole like all grades art show was going on, and the things were framed and that had little like blips from the artists about what they'd made and their names and their grades, and it was so great. And it was all across the board. It wasn't like, you know, only little ones doing this one subject, or only, it was really interesting. And there were multiple levels of skill being showcased and different mediums. I mean, mostly 2D, obviously,
Yeah.
but it was beautiful. And I want to do that. I want to do
Yes.
that for our school. Now, obviously, our multiple grades for our school is going to be like 4 to 3 years old, which isn't like super broad. And we have a small population, but that just means more people have the opportunity to share.
Yes.
And so that's what we're doing in May. That's what we're doing in May. So we're taking these works that we're working on now, and we will be displaying them at Art by April. So
Oh, okay. I did not know that there was a location
yeah,
or anything. That's nice. Thank
For
you.
yes, it's like, it was related more to the Reflections program. But I think it is important, you know, going forward, to make it a standard part of art club. I love this.
yeah. And she will always give us space. She's always looking to change things out on her wall. So like we don't ever have to worry about that. Like that's
Nice.
that we can do something there. I also thought maybe for next year we could incorporate doing a First Fridays night, because you know the RAM does First Fridays and they do
Yes.
there. So like that, and then also helping them maybe potentially they do a thing at Wisdom every year. So like maybe we could have them submit their art for, like they have a thing where you do the art submissions, and I forgot what month it's in because I remember I've done it before. I forgot what month it's in, but like they do a thing where like the kids can submit their art, and
Yeah.
potentially they could get chosen to like be a part of Wisdom's like display.
Yeah, I love it. And I have every intention of doing lots and lots of 3D stuff with kids. One of my favorite workshops in person is where you get a backpack of plaster and a water bottle and go on a hike and find something to mold out in the world and then bring it back and paint it. Like, I've plans.
We could absolutely do a day at River Bend and do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be great.
Yes. We could even do it on the school grounds. It's very possible. Like, there's awesome stuff everywhere, and kids are so good at finding it. They will shock you. They will find it on the playground, on the concrete, you know? Yeah.
And I do really want, hopefully we really can use some of our money when we do the spring one, to do those tiles. I really think that is a cool idea for the playground.
I'm so glad you brought
We
that.
need some color on that building so badly. We all, yes.
I hope we can do that in conjunction with the photography, because that's an easy one, I think. I think that's an easy one. Like to,
Would that be one for, if we've got our March activity, the self-portrait?
Yes.
What is April then? Can April be tiles?
So we're looking a little more quarterly than monthly, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think
once a month.
especially
Robin needs that space to do her she needs to get her degree and get her doctorate and be the amazing woman that she's going to be with less stress. So definitely. Yeah.
I do. Yeah. And we do, I mean, there's plenty to do and we could repeat, but quarterly gives us a lot of space.
Planning and
design and
making it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, Kat, or I mean, I suspect that y'all also sort of spread yourselves a little thinner than maybe you wish you did. So
the boundaries has been a little bit unusual in hourly demands for me. Normally I have like a set day that I'll like give to some community thing, and I haven't been able to do that at all in 2020 at all. So
right.
So my one day a week, because I was showing up at Montessori school on Wednesdays, and that's where I was going from room to room, giving my lessons and like assisting with like different techniques for art, usually 2D, obviously, but one was the 3D, the sculpture. And
Yeah.
I have not had the capacity to do that in 2020 at all. So
Yeah, same. Not at all.
Mhm.
Yeah, I miss it. I was Fridays. I'm with you. All right. So quarterly, and then we'll plan for May to do photography. And then I already have an illustration lesson, a mural plan, sculpture lesson. So we're more than halfway through next year.
Good, because that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
that's great. That's wonderful. And it's nice to give the kids a creative outlet that's outside of school, so it's less, more casual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
by the way, do we have a time frame for how long art club is going to last? Because the art lessons in school we're always like boop, like ding, like super fast. And it's like,
So I had thought that we would do the hour because that worked for bingo. I thought the hour was good. Like I thought the hour mark is my target. So 5:30 to 6:30 is what we're thinking. And so like that would be what we have.
Yep. I think too much longer and we,
Lose them.
yeah, we're getting into bedtime and we're already sort of
no,
overlapping.
way dinner. Yeah. So that was the other thing I was wondering about, because I'm concerned that it's just impossible to situate it, where you're not butting up against someone's dinner and also leaving time for parents to get home from work and things
Yep.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
it's a challenge.
It will be easier if we can just bring kids straight from school to a classroom within the school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but while it's remote, there's still quite a lot of interest considering it is 5:30 on I don't even remember what day of the week.
Friday?
It's a Friday.
Friday.
It's Friday.
Yep. Yeah. At least, kids could stay up later if
Yeah,
that's in there.
that's why I thought it was not a big deal because you could have a late dinner and go push the bedtime back. So.
Yeah. Exactly. So exciting.
I failed to deliver on my PDF for you with a link, but that's okay because I would not have done the link correctly now in retrospect.
It's okay. We're good.
Yeah, well, I think so. Yeah, I think we're doing really well, all things considered. I think
we need to have some type of Facebook something put together for this week.
Yes.
And I would like to drop it on Wednesday because then McDonald's is over because McDonald's ends on the 9th. And then Wednesday is asynchronous day. So I feel like people have more capacity to look then. And then conferences are on Thursday and Friday. So, well, in theory, Thursday, because nobody does a conference on Friday. And Friday is the day of the event. So I was thinking Wednesday and Friday. So like a Wednesday reminder and a Friday, today's the day. Is what
nice. Okay.
I have something I was trying to show you, but I can't seem to do it. I don't know what
screen
I'm doing
share?
wrong. I haven't used screen share on this machine and it's giving me grief.
I think you have to be host, right?
No, you can set it so if you go down to screen share, there's a way you can set it for multiple people can share out.
Multiple participants can share simultaneously. Yes, it's there.
Okay, so she can do it as long as she hits screen share and then she finds the screen that she wants to share and clicks on it and then hits the word share and then we can.
I'm just trying to share my desktop and it's
not working.
Open system preferences. Let's see if that. Oh, now can you see my LinkedIn or whatever? That's
not yet.
The word share after you did it. Did you hit share? There's another green button that says share. After, once you pick screen, there's another share button you have to hit. You did both?
Yeah, and it's not giving me, it's okay. I will save this really quick. I will stop the sharing. Okay. And I will
Can you throw it in the chat? You can upload files in the chat.
Yeah, it's just a rough draft, so I'll throw it in the chat. And
Nice.
you can see what I have been working on for our, if I can find it now. Jeez, that's bad. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to save it as a PDF. All right.
And then that will have to go to
Liz.
Liz.
So there's a lot that needs to be filled in on this draft. Like I didn't have a lot of details that I put in at the moment. Let me upload the file from.
My son is having a math lesson right now.
I'm impressed that he likes, can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. I am sorry. I usually work in Teams and not Zoom. So it's a little bit of a different interface.
Completely.
Every day. So you can see the draft really quick. It's not anything spectacular yet, but if you can give me a little more information on what I can fill in, these are to the specs that are usually used on Facebook, like their size specs.
Okay.
Nice.
So if we can fill in the blanks, we can decide what can go where. And this is very, very much a rough draft. It looks really empty to me right now. The background will not just be white, it'll be more colorful overall. But I didn't even know if it has to be, we have to use Reflections, correct? We have to use that branding.
For this,
I am still trying to load it. I'm sorry.
only for this one. Only for this one, because this one is talking about the I Matter Because Reflections prompt. But after that, you don't have to include that part. You can just say it's for Art Club. It's just Art Club is a subcommittee extension of the Reflection Committee.
Got
so
it.
Yeah.
Can you guys see the?
I did. I saw it.
Okay.
I saw it.
So the blue on the corner is a sidebar that we can put our more detailed information. That's what's meant to go there, and the blue bar on the right side. But I'm not sure what we need to say that might go there. So I wanted to put it to you. Obviously location and time. So now we have Friday the 12th, 5:30 to 6:30.
And we have the link, So do you want me to put the link in the chat? Would that help you?
It would. Thank you so much.
I'll do that. Ooh.
I was just trying to find, I know I'm probably lagging terribly because anytime I try to find a file at the same time that Zoom is going, it slows it all down.
Okay, you don't have to put everything, but I'm gonna give you everything. Like you don't have to put the whole thing that I'm about to put in the link. Like you can pare it down to just, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to put the dial-in stuff because dial-in is gonna help no one for this.
Not for Art Club, probably.
Yeah.
That would be the ideal.
Yeah. Like, so just take out that part.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So like you just need the part where it has the actual like the hyperlink and then
meeting ID. Yeah.
Yep, the meeting ID and the passcode, and then you can delete all the rest of that part.
And do we want that on this flyer though? Do we want the meeting and passcode like public, or do we want people to request that from us?
No, we should probably have them requested. So like you could put Robin's email on there. Her Reflections email so she can use more email.
Oh my gosh. Whew. You know how many times I've reset that password?
Yes, I know, because I have to send it to you.
Maybe that's not what I should do. What should I do?
No, because you don't want your personal out there, because people spam you and do crazy stuff with your personal stuff. If you want me to put the info, I could put the info one because I check that regularly. So if they have more questions.
Yeah, no, my email already went out on the early info, the early stuff anyway too, like my Gmail.
Okay.
I'm thinking if this is meant for Facebook exclusively, it should just go to Messenger. Like, is that valid or is that bad? Like, we don't want people to contact us.
I don't like giving people that much access to you. I understand that you're comfortable right now, Robin, but you have no idea if we say or do something at art club that people don't like. I don't like giving people that kind of access because if we're talking about art in the way that we intend to talk about art, I could see this could be a problem. So I would suggest just using the info at goodlandmontessoripta.org.
Got it.
Okay. My only hesitation is that I have to transfer Google identities to check the other one, and I rarely do. So
no. I will forward you anything to the Rad Homes email. I don't have an issue with that. Girl.
But you don't need any more on your plate. This is part of the problem. Okay. You really don't.
It's okay, because I don't see that many people doing it. Like, even when we had it on there for the yearbook, most people did not actually send an email. So
I mean, our Facebook page is private, right?
No, only the parent caregiver one is. No, it's a public facing. So anyone in the city of Racine, anyone in the world, like we've had requests from people in India to join.
So, never mind.
Negative, no. That's why I say that. We have an outward business page now.
Right. In that case, I wonder if we should drop the flyer in the parent and caregiver group with the password.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm not putting a password on a flyer. I'm not. Like, they need to ask for that materials. Okay. I just want to, maybe I don't put the Zoom link on it at all, actually. And we just ask people, if you haven't signed up yet or you want the link, you contact.
Yes, that's what I say. Because all the people who have already signed up will get the link sent directly to them.
Right. And the link is already in the
PTA thing,
newsletter.
Yes.
Like they got,
Which that only goes to the parents in our school. So any parent in our school can look at the newsletter and get into it.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other thing I would like to ask is, since Robin actually shared this with her presentation, now that blue part, we'll talk about a little bit about, what we're going to do and what the expectations are for art club, because I don't think that people, even if they were told, will retain that. You have to repeat it. So the expectations for art club are, we're going to talk about art. You're going to learn about art. You're going to hang out with your friends and make art and ask questions. So it's for art and socialization. And that's what I'll put on the flyer.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure that is as sort of open-ended as possible so that we don't paint ourselves in a corner.
Excellent metaphor for art club.
Yep. Love the pun. Love funny.
And I'll try to make it as like, ideally, I want a kid to see this and be interested, not really the parents. I know that kids aren't on Facebook. Okay.
Right.
But it has to be attractive for them to want to join, even if their parents want them to join. It has to look like fun.
I think there's a lot of kids already who are just like, they hear the word art and they're like, yes, me, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna, but I agree with you. I would be inclined to like always include a commitment to equity, but that is not necessary. That's just where I come from and where I land in my teaching. It does not need to be on the flyer, but it is the last item on our agenda. Just how do we best support equity? And that is a question both of providing students with supplies to make art and making sure that there's good representation in the art we're showing them.
I agree with that, but I don't think that needs to be learner facing. No. And I also
good point.
can't commit on a flyer to sending supplies because people will misunderstand that.
Yep.
And so that's more.
Yeah, that's already been a conversation that's been quite complex.
Yeah. And I think it's a very important meta conversation about the construction of the curriculum.
Yeah.
But again, doesn't need to be learner facing in that way.
Okay.
Because, usually that sort of pedagogy is for the teachers and not the.
Right. Well, I teach college, so I always put it front and center, you know. Here's what we're doing, here's how we're doing it all together. Work with me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we have our internal commitment to equity, and we're going to leave it there. And keep
any parent involvement. Like if parents want to join, they're going to get that syllabus the way that which is essentially what you're saying, you know, that part is always on the syllabus, you know, all of the nuts and bolts of everything.
Yeah.
But parents are going to have that information. For kids that are joining, you know, third graders don't usually have a syllabus.
Yeah.
And it needs
so
to
if we want to work
what our objectives are as parental. We're educators, that's true, but we can't be educators for PTA.
Right.
You know, we're parent volunteers, even with our backgrounds and our, you know, degrees and our commitments outside of Montessori. I couldn't, like little dude would always tell his friends, my mom's an art teacher, which is true, but I'm not their art teacher. I'm a art teacher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my hope is that we can get Ms. Guzman involved in the committee, and then we can have their art teacher. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because PTA is parent teacher association. So hopefully we can be doing things collaboratively with their actual art teacher.
That would be awesome.
I'm hoping we could make a reach out to her to join the committee and to be a part of art club. That would be really super cool.
Yes.
And then also, if you want to keep tinkering, Kat, so then when we go back in person, we can have this flyer to put in every backpack so that we can promote it right at the beginning of school. Like, art club is super cool. Here's what we've done so far, and like have a breakdown of the 2 workshops we already had, and then say this is what's to come. So like that would be, you have all summer to work on this. I'm not saying you have to do this now, but like all summer to work on that.
No one's going to get anything in their backpack yet.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is for the start of the school year, that's the hope, is that we can have that right at the beginning of the school year. So then, and then we can hopefully get and generate, you know, like the big thing, like when we do the sculpting thing, having the 100 pieces of dry clay, like, you know, like that, we could actually get some use out of that. So that's.
And I love the plaster idea. I want to see that. And I think in fall it would be especially, I don't know, leaves probably wouldn't hold up at all, but it just sounds like really, like I want to see what they make. So.
It's fun. It's very fun. Yeah, you can scrub anything out of plaster with a toothbrush. So leaves would be a good fun option. Yeah.
That I didn't think that it needed to not be intact upon removal. That did not occur to me.
Not at all. Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. This is.
And I know one of my favorite things when I was in elementary school doing an art class was making paper. So maybe we could, when we're back in the classroom, make paper.
Yes.
I used to love that lesson. I love that lesson.
Do we have, I guess that's really a question for the art teacher. If we can have art club in her classroom.
Yeah, that's why I said wanting to get her on board. Yeah. Is why I was saying that. So like that would be that's a goal to get her on board.
Yep.
And so I'm thinking, Robin, if possible, if I know it might be a lot for this particular one, but if we can give her a personalized invite to the May one, like
Yes.
to be a part of it, like that would be nice.
Yes, that is just a ball I dropped. That's all that is. It's not, it wasn't intentional or anything else. It
No,
was
but this one
not.
is during conference, so it would not have made sense to do it for this. Do you, like they just came back to in person? She's trying to do hybrid. I would have never asked you to do it.
No,
For
no, no,
I'm
no.
just saying for the next one, it would be
Yeah.
good to loop her in and to have her be.
Okay. Oh, good. I'll do that at the end of March.
Yeah. Not anytime soon, because remember that's for May, so it's a-okay. And then I would really love for her to be a part of the art showcase. So if we could ask her if she would actually make a piece for I Matter, because
Oh, I love that.
I think that would be like phenomenal.
So can I ask, do we have dates for?
That's what we have to pick. We need to pick the May date, because I need to tell April she needs to know when she's setting aside the time for our showcase.
Does she have any limitations in May?
Nope. She said we just need to let her know and she will work around it. We just need to give her. Yeah.
That's so wonderful. I'm happy. I'm going to apologize now because I do not read emails closely. I have to be honest. I don't monitor my personal email enough to like read for comprehension, apparently. So I didn't know if we had a date for that or anything like it.
Yes.
It may only be something we've talked about in PTA meetings so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have the option of traveling to North Carolina to get a degree in the middle of May, which would be probably very ill-advised. Ironically, Dr. Fauci will be the speaker at the commencement.
I love it. I love it.
So strange.
You need to go. Well, it's not strange because North Carolina is the research triangle. It's not strange.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, and our public health department is important. It's useful. It's good. Yeah. Yep. So mid-May might not work for me.
Do you want to do the end of May? Like, will you have time at the end of May?
I am wide open. I have no.
Okay.
For now.
All right.
Yeah. That seems best, right? Well, they're still in school at the end of May, right?
Oh yeah, they're going to June.
They go to school until June, baby.
That's right.
Second week of June. Not even just June, but the second week of June. They're
wild.
The second week of June. Yeah.
Would she be okay with it over Memorial Day? Is that all right?
I think that's a great time because kids wouldn't be in school. Hopefully people won't be traveling. I can only hope. Oh, okay.
I am not available on that weekend specifically. I am sorry.
No, don't be. In that case, I wonder if we should go early May.
Okay.
Right, if the middle and the end is out.
Right.
Well, is there an in-between between when is, I don't know, I'm not looking at
Mother's Day is in there somewhere too, people.
The 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my calendar right here. So
that would actually be a really great way to do Mother's Day weekend, honestly.
I agree.
Like, it's our kids.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she's open to that, and then would we be, how long would we have the work there for, I guess is my question.
That's what I would need to find out from you guys is what do we want to make the ask of? Because she was very flexible, because I'm on her board. So she is very flexible for doing anything that I ask.
Fabulous.
So do we think, how about a 1 week or a 10-day, like a 10-day or something like that? Like we go that Friday to that following Sunday. So like Friday before Mother's Day all the way until that Sunday after. Does that make sense?
I will be gone the Sunday after, but we could also do like the 1st through Mother's Day, like 1st to the 10th.
Okay.
I love those 1st and 15th dates personally.
Okay.
Or I could just not be there for takedown.
No. Chair. You are the committee chair. We will work around your schedule.
I would prefer to be there. Absolutely. Yeah.
So you want to do the 1st to the 10th?
Yeah, I think that would be really good. The 1st is a Saturday. We could also do the 31st? The 30th. We could do April 30th too.
Okay, April 30th to May 10th.
Because that's a Friday. It would be a Friday setup, and then we get 2 weekends out of it.
Yeah, that works. And then also we could even, if people want to sell their art, if the kids want to sell their art, we can make it a part of the auction. Because remember, we're doing the auction the 1st to the 7th. And then that could be part of cleanup, is if you purchase the art, you take it right off the wall on the last day of the exhibit. How does that?
No, I think that's a great way to do it. Yes, definitely. Fine Arts does that every year, where the kids sell their art back to their families, basically.
Yeah.
It's a good fundraiser.
But also, like, it's on display, so like you can say, we could even put in the auction notes that you can see it. If you're interested, come visit the display. So then we're getting more traffic through, even if it's not your parents buying it, if it's your grandparents buying, or uncle or aunt, like, it could get the bidding war up if they see it in person.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Normally it would be very important to me to have an opening, but I don't know if that's realistic. So can we just table that until our next meeting, maybe?
Yeah, I think we table
numbers are.
I think we need to know where the rates are before we even say.
I agree. Yeah. I was wondering about that too. And I'm like, I was just, as you guys are talking, I'm thinking, oh no, what are we going to do in person?
But I think if we set time slots, like you can do a sign up for time slots to go through, then we could limit how many people are going through and when they're going through. And like, we could have a sign up genius for the times that you can tour.
Yeah, and an opening could be a Zoom thing where we have a couple of people in the gallery showcasing and people zooming in. It's an option.
Yeah.
Oh, virtual? I would like that too.
Yeah.
And then we could even have the kids talk about their art. Like, they could make a little video. Like, the parents could just take their phones and make a little video of them. And then
that's an excellent.
Yeah. So then you like have them telling the story, I matter because, and then they can say their why they matter.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I'm already gonna cry.
We can make like a collage of it's a video of all of the kids saying I matter because, and then at the end we could just have all of their little faces. Like, we could use a headshot of all the little kids and then all of their little art beside them. I think it would be super cool.
I mean, I can't do any of that technological stuff, but I love the vision.
I can. And so can Liz. Remember, we have Liz. We have Liz.
Right.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
So I feel humbled. So I'm really glad that these ideas are being made and actually taking flight, because that's really, really wonderful. And I mean, from a personal standpoint, it means a lot to be able to connect with anyone.
Yeah.
After a year, I mean, we're at the year mark.
Yeah.
Of being pretty remote.
Yeah.
Pretty isolated. So I really
same. And I think that
you could have joined PTA sooner, ma'am.
Girl, I am not good, reliable material, and I am working hard to be. I want credit for that.
I agree. I think you're very reliable. Yes. I disagree. No,
It takes a level of commitment to get a degree in any area. So don't discount the fact that you are awesome, because going to school is a challenge for a lot. Like, I'm just going to put that out there. It's a challenge. So.
Yeah, it's wild. But I was going to say, Kat is very much a driving force in making the vision happen. So this is a dream team for me.
Yay.
I think we could still use like a bureaucracy, somebody who's good with forms.
Someone who knows the forms.
That ain't me. I'm terrible with it. It goes it just leaves me. But I'm trying to. So yeah, I'm thrilled. And I think that concludes our agenda.
Yes. So we are good. And I will reach out to April and give her our dates and our vision, and we'll be
Wonderful.
ready to go.
I will put the PowerPoint on the whiteboard and the minutes
Yep.
on Member Hub. Kat, are you getting emails from Member Hub, or do you know? Will you check and let me know? Yeah. Okay.
I will check and let you know. I don't know if I am. Like, I'm
Easy
sorry.
for me to drop the files in Messenger.
Yeah, at the very least, you got an email about today's meeting.
I got an email from Robin about today's
This
meeting.
morning.
I
It's
don't
good.
know what the origin of that was, Robin. Like what email was used, but I saw your name.
Awesome.
Okay.
So
yeah, we'll touch base about Member Hub,
sure.
and it's not hard for me to drop stuff in Messenger so that you have it really available. Yeah.
And I'll make the rest of the flyer and send you guys a draft probably ASAP, because I hope to do that. Is today Saturday? Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
The hope is that we can get it to Liz Sunday, because she does a lot of PTA stuff on Sunday. So if we can get it to her by Sunday, that would be ideal. If you can't, Monday at the latest, so that we can make sure it goes on Wednesday and Friday.
No, I can do this. You'll get something later today, and I'll put a little like message. You know what? Can I send the draft in Messenger? Because it's like super direct.
Yeah.
And it alerts on the phone, which is nice. Yeah.
That's why we have that chat created. Yes, you can throw it in there.
Okay.
Wonderful. Cool. All right. Thank you, everybody.